Dale, you've done very well. You've made millions of dollars in this industry. You spoke around the world talking about it. So what the heck is happening with a man that has been in this industry, loves it, and comes here now? And dude, I've seen the amount of people you're throwing into this tree already. I've never seen anything like it. You're so darn excited. Dale, I'm going to shut up. Tell us a little bit about what's got you so excited about Collect Direct and where you see this going.
It's in my wheelhouse, okay? But that's not what got me excited. It is in my wheelhouse. I'll tell you a story. I don't know if you guys can see this. When I was 8 years old,
Pete Rose.
Yeah, Pete Rose. When I was 8 years old, my mom, I lived in a little town, 400 population, Stamping Ground, Kentucky. My mom sent me to get something for her to cook with. And I went to the grocery store I always went to, and they were out of it. And I came home and said, they don't have it. And she said, well, go to the other grocery store, which was called JW's. And I never went to JW's. We always went to John Hall's. So I went to JW's and I found what I needed. And I'm sitting there at the counter and I see a yellow box and it said Topps trading cards. First pack of cards I'd ever seen in my life. And they were a nickel. And I knew I had some of my own money because I knew better than to spend my mother's. But I bought a pack of cards. I took mom home her stuff. And I remember sitting down and opening it. I had no idea what to expect. But my childhood hero was Pete Rose. And I opened up that pack of cards, and that was the first one I saw. And it did something to me. It made such an impact. And over the years, my brother and I had a card shop, sports memorabilia shop in the late 90s. I've collected cards and memorabilia since that time. I've carried this beat up card with me for forever. So this is in my wheelhouse. I have a company called CMG Sports Card Investments. And I mean, when I first heard about this, it was like it totally grabbed my attention. But at the time, the company we're working with had just pivoted into a new business, marketing a service to small business owners. I was head over heels putting the lead generation and the marketing systems in place for our team. And I could not give this the due diligence and the focus that I felt like it deserved. So I was heads down there. I told Dave, look, you've got my attention, but now's not the time. So about a couple of months ago, or a couple of weeks ago, I could breathe. Everything was rolling over here. My people are taken care of. My team's doing unbelievably well. So I took some time and I said, well, I'm going to find the red flag. I'll just find the red flag and I'll call Dave and say, Dave, I can't do this because of that. So I start looking at it. And I really try to not look at it from a collector's mentality. I try to look at it from a business person's mentality. So if a business person sees this, what are they thinking? And so I'm going to find the red flag. Well, I went through all the videos on the Facebook page. I watched all the things that you guys had done up to that. I went through all of it. And it's like, I can't find the friggin' red flag. I mean, really, that's kind of, and it's like, there's got to be something here. And when I realized there wasn't, I talked to Dave a couple of times and I said, you know, now's not the perfect time for me, but I've got to start down this path. And I have. And the acceptance in the marketplace has been beyond anything I have seen in 40 years. Beyond anything I have seen in 40 years. And the only objection, and I've only got it 2 or 3 times, is when a business-minded person looks at this, they say, well, Dale, you can't build a direct marketing company. You can't build a company like this with a commodity. And I say, I agree 100%. And they want to tell me how all these silver and precious metal companies have come and gone and blah, blah, blah. I said, did you not hear me? I agree. But here's what you have to understand. This guy has been buying this stuff for 40 years. The appreciation of his collection over the last 40 years has gone through the roof. I know what it's like. I know what Derek Jeter cards have done. I know what Mahone cards have done. I know what Kobe Bryant cards have done. I understand the appreciation, maybe 10, 100, 1,000%. We're starting debt free. We're not going into the market and trying to buy collectibles at retail and then bring them into a comp plan. That would be impossible, but that's not what we're doing here. The other thing people don't get, it's like if somebody has a collection to sell, they go to Dave. They look for Dave because Dave doesn't say, well, I'll take this one and this one and this one and cherry pick. He says, send me the whole truckload. I'll take it all. I'll take it all. He doesn't cherry pick, so he can buy collections at pennies on the dollar. He doesn't have to put them on the website immediately and get his money back because we got 3 warehouses full sitting there. He can take the truckload of Barbies and put it in another warehouse for 10 years and pull them out when the time is right if he wants to. He can wait for the appreciation of those collectibles. People don't get what's happening here. They really, really, really don't understand what is going on here. So, I mean, I am beyond fired up about it because I feel like, man, I love this market anyway. My wife and I she's one of the largest Hallmark ornament resellers in the world. We go in and buy out Hallmark stores. This is in our niche. We love it. But even if it wasn't, from a business perspective, I really believe when people just stop and evaluate, do their own due diligence, it's like, my gosh, they could do something here that's never been done before.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. I mean, this could be the biggest thing we've ever seen. And it's by far the funnest thing I've ever done. I love doing this. I love it. It's like, heck, I don't care. If you don't see it, fine. You'll see it in a year from now. You'll see it 2 years from now. Some people have to miss it in the beginning. I got good friends. They're going to miss it because their ego won't allow them to see it yet. And that's just the truth. So I could go on and on and on. I mean, I don't know what more to add. I would tell people, look, this is not going to compete with anything that you're already doing. I know I'm not supposed to say this, but I look at it like I'm building an asset. It's like an investment. And I know we aren't supposed to say investment. So I'm an independent contractor. I'm not corporate. But that's the way I personally look at it. And you can look at it however you want to look at it. But the other thing, the market will never diminish. It's never going to go away. There'll be millions and millions of dollars being sold in collectibles the rest of all of our lives. It's not going to go anywhere. And
the older the product gets, it actually becomes more valuable.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So when you really look at this, and I encourage people, look for the red flags, because that's what I did. I like Dave. I respect him. I've spoke for him at a couple of events. And I thought I was going to call him and say, I can be a customer, but there's no way I can do the business because of this. No, this is going to be huge. I think marketers will get it off the ground, and the collectible collectors will sustain it and move it forward. That's my vision. I think a year from now, the majority of people that will be joining this company won't be marketers, they'll be collectors. Is the way I see this playing out. So I'm fired up about it. I'm excited.
Well, Dale, you listen, I hit you last second this morning. And you got us fired up.